Grab yourself a cup of tea and get cozy, and let's have a chat about minimalism mistakes. So I made a video recently all about the reasons why I'm not a minimalist and sort of why I don't fit into the stereotype, and I encourage you to talk to me in the comments all about why you aren't a minimalist as well. And this got me thinking about the traps that I'd fallen into when I began minimalism and the ideals and the high standards that I set for myself. And I want to do a video about this so that I can help those of you who are beginners and who have maybe fallen into these traps as well, because it can be easy. So here are 5 mistakes that a lot of beginners fall for and how you can avoid them. So the first thing is, try not to lose yourself by copying others. It's an amazing thing. The internet, social media, we can be inspired by people and their lifestyles, and that is amazing. I've definitely been inspired by a lot of people on here, but try not to lose yourself and your own individuality in the process. So for example, if you're watching my minimalism videos, don't compare yourself to me or copy everything that I do. Do it in your own way that makes sense for you, because you're totally different to me, your life is totally different to me, and you're going to use minimalism in a different way. One person may thrive traveling around the world with just a backpack, and another person may thrive living in quite a big house with lots of books and lots of memories, and they may just use minimalism in a different way. So realize how you can use minimalism as a tool to enrich your life and to help you in your life, rather than as competition or a way that you can determine your worth on how little you own. So number 2 is to take it easy. I definitely fell into this trap. I'm the sort of person who wants things done straight away and I want to go for it full force. It is important to remember that you need to take it step by step. It's not going to happen overnight. If you have a huge wardrobe full of clothes that you've been collecting for 10 years, you're not going to be able to get rid of, most of them overnight. It's going to take time and it's going to take learning, and actually that whole process is the best part because you learn so much. I learned a lot. I got frustrated that I didn't have less things straight away, and I wanted my house to be decluttered and empty and organized, and it took time and it was very frustrating, but in the process, I learned so much about myself. I learned so much and reflected so much on my past and thought about how minimalism would help me in the future. So I think it's a really good idea to take things step by step in an order that makes sense to you. So for example, if you have loads of clothes, start with your wardrobe, go through it and declutter, do just a preliminary declutter of your wardrobe, get rid of everything that you haven't worn in the last year or so, and go from there. If you have a garage that is, what did they say, garage in America? Garage? Yeah, if you have a garage filled with clutter and stuff you've had maybe even handed down from family, then go in there and delve into a few of the boxes and donate them to charity. Just start where it makes sense for you. So number 3 is to not buy any new stuff. I have spoken about this in my other videos to do with being a shopaholic in the past, and when I first started minimalism, I stopped buying anything and I gave myself a shopping ban, especially when it came to clothes. That was my weakness, and I said to myself, do you know what? I have all the clothes that I need. I don't need to buy any more. And that was huge for me because for the longest time, I always had things on my want list that I wanted, and I said, you know what? I don't need any of it. I have everything that I need. Let's focus on decluttering, and then further along down the line, maybe there'll be things that I need to replace. But for now, let's focus on the decluttering aspect. So this process was really powerful for me. It taught me a lot of self-discipline. It taught me to be grateful for the things I already had. And when I did buy things, because I'm not saying I didn't buy anything at all, I was only buying things that I absolutely needed. And I actually had this like weird flip where I became really cautious about buying anything at all because I was so adverse to it. And I'm still kind of like that. I will need something for a very long time and I will put off buying it because, I don't know, it's weird. I don't want to buy it unless I'm absolutely certain. So it really flipped things for me, and that's huge because I'm such a different person now than I used to be. Number 4 is to not make minimalism unattainable. The most important thing to remember is what minimalism is about. It is to reduce and to simplify. It isn't quantified by how few items you own, how white your house is. It is a tool to use to reduce and simplify your life in the way that works for you. Don't allow minimalism to become another ideal that you've been sold that you can't live up to. There is no perfect ideal. We really need to make minimalism attainable and inclusive as opposed to unattainable and exclusive, which it can feel like sometimes. So instead, try and set yourself an attainable goal of decluttering all the surfaces in your home, maybe getting rid of a few pieces of furniture that you really don't like and you don't use, and that will in turn improve your lifestyle and will be something that will make you feel so much happier. So remember that you don't need to set yourself a goal that is extreme, or say to yourself that you're never going to be minimalist because of X, Y, Z. The only goals you need to be setting are ones that work for you and that are within reach. And number 5 is to not put pressure on yourself. This is huge and something I 100% did. So minimalism really shouldn't end up being something that's stressful or puts pressure on you. If you go out and you buy something and you regret it afterwards, really don't beat yourself up, just use it as a learning experience. I've done that before, definitely. I've bought something or I've kept something or whatever, and I felt kind of bad about it afterwards, and I thought, for goodness sake, why did I buy that? But instead of beating yourself up and making yourself feel bad about it, think about how it made you feel and think about the experience and treat it as a learning curve. We all mess up and it is there. Mistakes are there for you to learn from them. And like anything in life, it isn't a destination, it's a journey. And I use that word a lot in my videos. I refer to my minimalism journey, and it can sound a little cheesy, but it's so true because it isn't somewhere that you end up. I haven't got somewhere and that's it. I had to think about it, and I'm still working on it every day, and I'm still using it every day because it improves my lifestyle. So take all the time that you need. Sometimes something will happen in a day and you'll feel on top of the world, and other times it will take a month because you're really busy. Don't put pressure on yourself, learn from your mistakes, and yeah, the whole process will be incredible in the end. So there it is, there are my 5 minimalism mistakes. I've definitely done them and I have learned a lot from them in the process. Let me know in the comments down below what mistakes you've made on your minimalism journey and what you've learned from them, because I think that that is one of the best parts of anything like this in life, is learning from your experiences. I hope you enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
It went out of focus when you did that.